everybody, this is Martin here, back with the last video I'm doing this time around with the esper-mentor list. This is the list, yeah. You can check out the deck tag I've done on the deck. It's brief, but should summarize pretty well. There's a sideboard here, and let's have a look. So we've lost the die roll. We get this kind of ugly hand. I think we keep it, though. We have removal for creatures, and we have like a force if it's like an aggressive combo deck, and we can work towards getting a mentor if we draw into another land. We're on the draw. So let's see. So they probe us, get to see what's up. So this could be any number of combo decks, Storm, Reanimator, I guess, like Tinfins or something. Could be a Grixis type deck. Could even be like a mirror deck with mentors. Sometimes they run probe. And by Grixis I mean probably Delver, but it could be like there is like a control variant I've run into quite a few times. Let's have a look. Trop. Okay, it could be Infect. Probably is Infect. If it's not Storm, sort of baiting us. Right. So we could play out the plains in case it's Infect and they drop a creature next turn we want to kill. But if we do that, then like we play into Daze, because we don't want to fetch white right now, because all we can really fetch if we want blue is Tundra, and we also want black, so like we want that to be Underground Sea. They brainstorm. Let them brainstorm. So far I have not been overly enthused about playing this deck online. I'll try and summarize at the end of this video what my thoughts are, though. So let's see what we see. Must be a complicated brainstorm. They're taking their sweet time. Or like they had a stroke, or their cat knocked over their cup of coffee. Another probe. So I guess they didn't hit a land. Or like they might have. But not a fetch land? Interesting. Yeah, we show them Jace. They do for Bayou. Could still be Storm. I'm thinking it's unlikely that it would be Infect. Don't seem to recall them splashing for black. It could be Storm, and then it's like they're running the two main deck green sources. And it is. We definitely force here, but the question is, we take as our pitch card, like I think if it is Storm, then the second force is like quite valuable. They have to respect us hitting like a second blue card. If it's not Storm, then maybe the Jace is more valuable. Like it could be kind of like a Nickfit deck. Here we just play out the land that they know of, so that we can keep the swamp a secret and keep them guessing. They have us if it's like a Storm combo and they can go off. So yeah, like it could be, I suppose, a Nickfit deck. I haven't really seen them splash, or like splash, but like play Gitaxian Probe. Bug Nickfit is a thing. Like that would be another deck that could have this kind of setup with like these lands and therapies and brainstorms. But probes, well, I guess whenever I've tried to build Nickfit, especially like I usually try to build bug variants, I've never been able to fit in enough blue cards to really make force viable, and I'm pretty sure that includes not running probe. Excuse me. So if it is a storm deck, they even have us covered on the Empty the Warrens because they can flashback their therapy and take our Toxic Deluge. That being said, like, I don't hate them making goblins taking Deluge with us having Monastery Mentor. I mean, we probably lose, but if things are like they are right now, but like whenever I'm playing Storm, you have to make a sufficient amount of goblins to be enough to get around. Like if they have already like a resolved, say on Pyromancer and a token. That's my experience anyways. It never feels great. Alright, our opponent is taking an obscene amount of time casting these brainstorms. If I remember, I will edit this out, these long waits. I probably won't remember. Okay, so this next fetch should reveal what they're playing. Okay, no, they duress, so that reveals it. Okay, so it's Storm, and we're probably, well, they have 4 cards left. We might not be dead this turn, but we're like looking at being quite dead next turn, probably. Although, I mean, they might not really have a lot, but they have brainstormed twice and probed us and stuff. All the lands. So we just drop the Mentor and try to get on with our bad selves. Like when I used to run Thoughtseize, I think I would be a little bit more optimistic. As things are right now, we really need a brainstorm to get us anywhere. Well, we can't really profitably cast any of our spells, so we can't really grow the Mentor as things are. Well, I guess they found what they were looking for. Sure, go ahead. I'm really pleased that we haven't shown them counterbalance. I'm not sure they'll bring in like Abrupt Decay. Maybe they will though, but you never know. So okay, if they're going for, I guess they have to go for either an Ad Nauseam from 13 or, oh wait, hang on, no, they discarded Past in Flames and an Infernal Tutor. Never mind. They just go get a Ritual now. Flashback the Past in Flames. Yeah, they have plenty. Just make them play it out. So they get a Cabal Ritual here. I would hope. Yeah. And so flashback Past in Flames, floating 2 black. They flashback the Cabal Ritual, that's 5 black. Use 2 to get to like flashback Infernal Tutor, get another Cabal Ritual, that's 6 mana floating. Last tutor, get Tendrils. Alright, they just got the Tendrils there. Had enough Storm. I haven't been keeping count of Storm. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. Okay. I can see. Alright, so good news is we have a fairly nice setup to fight this deck. We would have liked to have won on game 1 though. Won game 1. We bring in the Cleat, we bring in the Canonist, we bring in the Thoughtseizes and Duress, we bring in the Meddling Mage and the Grafter's Cage. Maybe we won't actually keep all these things, but that's for now. Demure Charm counters a sorcery, so I mean, I think we keep that in. We can take out the Deluge, that's a bit slow. Take out a couple of Mentors, because we get in other creatures as win conditions. Take out, I think, we take out all our Plowshares. They might like bring in stuff like Xantid Swarm. I like bringing out this though, and then also bringing out the Deluge, but then putting into Zealous Persecution. Alright, so like on paper we have an exceptional, well yeah, I would almost say exceptional, but like a really nice Storm matchup is we're running like main deck Counterbalance, top and then also Deathrite Shaman. I would certainly hate to play against that deck with my Storm deck, but we didn't really do what we needed to do here in game 1 and press our advantage. So I'm worried being forced to win back-to-back games against Storm. Like a single Deathrite Shaman would have been really nice here. Just yeah, that would have been excellent. Alright, so we're on the play this time for sure. Do we keep this? We're super dead to like a turn 1 kill from them. We're probably also really dead to like a turn 2 kill. Is that good enough for us? I think we have to mulligan this. And I think we keep this. I don't mind the force on top. That means like if they duress us, we let it resolve. I think. They kept their 7. They Dark Ritual here. I force. Okay, that resolves. I guess it names force. Or brainstorm, but I think force is the correct. I guess, I don't know. I don't think I'm a huge fan of like blind therapy on turn 1 unless it's to hit if I'm expecting like a discard spell out of their hand, or that I'm able to win on turn 1. So let's hope they're not able to win on turn 1. And they're not passing the turn right away. Okay, good. Yeah. So that would have been pretty calamitous for us if they had actually just had the nuts. Turn 1 killed through Cabal Therapy. So I don't love being like, what I want now is something to put on the board. I really don't like this because I guess they're trying to go for it, playing out their pedal, or maybe they're just afraid of Spell Pierce. Tundra. Okay, so I want to play a Mentor. That's cute. That's definitely cute. I pitched the Jace here because we're a bit of a ways away from actually making Jace. I don't like Mentor at all as a sideboard option for Storm, but the way we've boarded, it might just actually pay off for them here. I think I want to brainstorm here and hope to hit like a creature that matters, like a Deathrite or. Come on. You can't play this because of the stupid scrub land and this stupid mana base. Can't play out the counterbalance. I think I put back Snapcaster, Trop, fetch a Tundra, ponder, hope to hit a Thoughtseize. I think that's or a Deathrite Shaman, and then just hope they don't have a discard or like the win next turn. Okay, so that works. So what we do is we take the Thoughtseize and leave Underground Sea on top. Then we Thoughtseize. Hopefully we don't die next turn. And hopefully we don't lose our counterbalance. We take the turn, draw Underground Sea, play out counterbalance, and then hope that if they try to win, it'll be through Plasma Flames, which our counterbalance flipping Jace will have covered, and then hope that then Jace can get us there. So put back Jace, put back Underground Sea, put back Thoughtseize. No. Okay, so they have a Petal, a Dark Writ, a Cab Writ, and Ad Nauseam, which we will shortly relieve them off. Take Ad Nauseam, no brainer. Pass the turn. So don't draw a discard, don't draw like another monk guy. Okay, they draw nothing. Actually, what's that do? I shouldn't have played out that land. Oh well. Done it now. Okay, they're trying to play out something. They won't use counterbalance. I really hope it's not Mentor number 2. So that's their Petal. So they have 2 cards I don't know about. Huh. Okay, we just let this resolve. They don't have like a second Ad Nauseam? What are they getting at here? Like, put back Empty the Warrens, probe into Empty the Warrens would also be really bad. Or like, doesn't really have to probe into it, but like, Empty the Warrens would suck ass right now. So ideally we live here. Okay, sure. We really have to hope that they don't just have enough for natural tendrils. Okay, so their hand is Cabal Ritual and blank. Something that's... I guess they have to respect us having a 2 on top. Okay, they concede to that. I think that was lucky for us. Let's see what we would have drawn. Canonist, or would have brainstormed into Canonist top. Yeah, okay, that's pretty strong if they don't have an answer right away. Okay, so now comes this game of chicken where like they've shown us Monastery Mentor. Oh wait, hang on, did I play the main deck 61 card main deck before? Oh, that's weird. Thought I wasn't. Okay, well, I think we can like assume they still have like a couple of mentors, but that's what I was saying. Like they might not actually run mentors after board this time around, just because we've seen it. I'm not sure I like Celis that much then, if that's their man plan. But they might still have empty, and it might be nice to just have one single out. In case that happens. What to do, what to do, what to do. I'm not that used to playing like blue control decks. I don't know if I should actually, if I can get away with like cutting one land. We're not up against wastelands, and we don't. I think I'll try that, and you guys can all like give me hell if it's wrong. Storm doesn't run like Blood Moon and stuff out of the board. Okay, yeah, sure. This is a great hand. Unless they have to turn 1. The only question is, what do we actually do on our turn 1? So many options. Okay, so here they have 3 good things to choose from. They have like Thoughtseize, Brainstorm, and Cage. I think if we don't draw another land, we just go Deathrite Shaman to be able to go Canonist, assuming they take our Thoughtseize. If not, like, is Cage even that good if they're on the Mentor plan? It's interesting, I don't know. Like, we don't want to go Deathrite Shaman instead of Cage and then get Past the Flames out of the game, but that probably seems a little bit unlikely. Come on, force. Okay. Well, we drew the land. So if we take Cage, we shot off Past in Flames, and the next turn we got Ether Sworn Canonist. So I actually like that over the Deathrite Shaman. Let's just hope they don't have it this turn. Okay, they don't have fetch land, and they pass. Fantastic. Like, they haven't seen Hate Berries in game 1, so I don't know if that would mean they didn't bring in like stuff like Massacre. I'm just trying to work out if I should be trying to play around Massacre. But I don't think it's worth it here, because that would actually mean like playing out Death right now, not the Canonist, and then for the rest of the game not fetching planes. So just have to run the risk of Massacre. So they just don't go like Chain of Vapor, kill you. Okay. Yeah, they can't love this hand. I mean, Canonist is kind of a non-bow for us with the Snapcaster in hand, but it's very much worth it. Okay, so Duress. Great. So we can't Brainstorm and then Duress, so I think we're just gonna Duress. So their hand is they don't have the white for the Mentor. So they have Dark Red, LED, Tendrils, Mentor, C. So if they hit a fetch land, then they get to do Mentor, which really blows for us. Mentor is their way out of this situation. So we could go for like take the Tendrils, play out Deathrite Shaman next turn, and then like eventually take their only Tendrils, but Tendrils isn't really a threat as long as we're sitting on the Canonist. So I think I just take the... None of this is actually that great. I think I take the LED, because they can play Mentor and then LED for Monk. And if nothing happens here, or I guess regardless, almost regardless, I think we Brainstorm on their turn, end of turn. Come on, don't hit a fetch for a pedal. Not a fetch for a pedal. No! Crap. That's really bad. Bad news bears. Okay. Well, we hit the plow. They get to make a monk. So I think we put back one top. We put back the Snapcaster. We fetch away that stuff. So the plow is really nice. So you have to question right now, do they just feed a Dark Ritual into their Mentor to get a 1/1 prowess guy? Okay, I think we start by playing the top. It's an artifact, so we can play like more spells. I think we actually do pre-combat. Sure really matters. If they're throwing away a Dark Ritual to get a 1/1 prowess, I'm okay with that. Yeah, they are. They're casting Dark Rit. No, okay, they're not. He just dies. They get 2, they take 2, we shift the turn. Also, the clique I just drew, that's nice. Play out the C, so their hands Dark Ritual, Tendrils, blank. Spin the top. Find. I don't mind floating the force, actually. I think we play out the death right here. That means we can't clique, but if we want to play a spell on their turn, I think we want to play the force. Also means like we can't answer a kill spell for our canonist because we play it out of death right, so that's our spell for the turn. So not to be like a know-it-all or anything, because I'm certainly not. But I think like maybe I shouldn't even say anything. I haven't tried the mentor plan. I played Pyromancers quite a bit in Storm, but like to do that or something similar to that, but like in an off color, like I think it just stretches us too thinly the mana, and by us I mean Storm. Well, now they can fetch a Tundra if they draw into another Canonist. Or, sorry, another Mentor. Yeah, float the 4 still, draw the Demir Charm. That means we also just get to Stone Cold answer the, like a Mentor if they draw one. Unless they have like an artifact in their hand they can draw. I mean, I like that they're trying it out, this person. I always like experimental stuff in sideboards and stuff, but I just think like it's a little bit too swingy when it's going to be good or not. If they fetch out a Bayou, thinking that might mean they have like a source of plowshares. No, I'm sorry, Abrupt Decay is what I'm trying to say. They're gonna sneak a peek, which is fine. Like they're getting to a point where I think they pretty much have to either have double removal both for the Cage and the Ethersworn Canonist, and then win through the graveyard through a Deathrite, or they need to go off with the Ad Nauseam. But that still means they have to remove the Canonists. This is a really ugly hand for them to be looking at. So here we remove like Duress, I think. Could also make a claim to go for the blue spells. But I like them not having extra discard in case they go to flashback stuff. I don't think I want to play out the Mentor, but I don't mind drawing it, and like we have swords floating on top for their Mentor, and also like a force of our own, or like a force floating for the what ifs. I think we should have this sewn up, but you never know. Like the Demir Charm is also handy to counter something like a Massacre. So look, Snapcaster. Okay, we'll draw that. And so if they don't do anything next turn, we'll flash in the Snapcaster for lethal. I guess they know we have Clique, so they probably know that they're dead. What's the point here? I think actually we just Clique them end of turn. they're looking for a decay, but like now it's over because they know we have Clique and they can't. Do we Clique over Snapcaster just to see what's in their hand? Snapcaster, then that lets us drain them from 2. Yeah, we do. Let's see. Okay, yeah, they concede. All right. Well, that was nice. Finish with a win. All right, so just quickly about this deck, like I've played now, like the videos I've made have been like against a couple of weird janky decks, like the Grixis control deck is not like janky, but still it's not really your run-of-the-mill deck. Then I beat also the Gate, and then I lost to like a Landstill deck, and now I beat Storm. I would expect to beat Storm. I would expect to beat the Gate. I don't know about that Grixis deck. I don't know about Landstill. I've also played some other games that I didn't get to record. I played against Elves and lost like in 3 games where like I won the first game, funnily enough, but the 2 like sideboarded games, like they boarded in but like they boarded in for abrupt decays and like some number of discard spells, and I just ended up not having relevant win conditions anymore. They just saved their decays for like my mentor, and eventually like even I think they beat me through like double Zealous Persecution and some number of Plowshares, just because like they had got to refill their hand with Glimpse in both of those games. Eventually they got like one of the games they got a Scavenging Ooze, which I had a really hard time beating. So that was a bit of a disappointment. It left me thinking that I needed to like definitely not board out win conditions against Elves, and because I think maybe I brought out a Jace or something. Deathrite also just seems so lackluster against that deck, in terms of like being a win condition, that is. Then I also played a couple of games against Grixis Delver and was beaten quite handily by like Stifled Days Wasteland, that triumvirate. Also like I don't know, I mean I feel like that matchup is winnable, but it exposes the mana base. Like all these duels and fetches and awkward basics. Like I think this is like a deck with awkward basic lands, if that makes sense. I think Island and Deathrite Shaman don't go that well together, or Plains and Deathrite Shaman for that matter, but we're Island centric. So like a hand of like a duel and a basic island, and then or like maybe like let's say 2 fetches, and you fetch out Swamp and go Deathrite because you want to be set up with your Deathrite, your basic, your Wasteland proof, and they bolt your Deathrite, and you only have 1 other land, and it's a fetch land, but your hand is like Swords to Plowshares, Counterbalance, Jace, whatever, or like you both want black and blue. Oh, sorry, black and white. It's like it gets quite awkward. I feel like anyway. So, I mean, and also the sideboard, I felt like, I don't know, I think it's not balanced quite well enough for me. I feel like I almost have too much against combo. I'm not really sure what to do against those Delver decks that I perceive to be like a pretty real threat, because we can't really do anything to change our land base. And it might not be that bad. It was only 2 matches, but I lost both of them. It was against the same player. Yeah, I might just need to practice more with the deck. I'll fully concede that I'm not playing this deck at anywhere near sort of like expert level or anything close to that. So take that for what it is. But so for the time being, I'm not completely giving up on the deck, but I'm not overly hyped about it moving forward. Like, yeah. But I am excited to see what happens at the next Open. Star City Games Open. I think Wilson Hunter and those guys are thinking about playing it, and I think it will be really interesting to see how far they can take it and what they end up sort of innovating on it. But that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.